Good morning. I'm Linda Ratcliffe, the president of Theropon University, and I'm so honored to be a part of your celebration today across the miles. I do feel like the Lord has given me a message for you today, and it's this. He says that He created you at this unique time in history with a unique purpose for your life, a ministry that He has planned for you. And He's done everything in your past life experiences and prior education and the education you're getting now to prepare you for whatever this particular job is that He has for you. And I can give you a good example from the Bible, and that example is Moses. When Moses was born, it was the rule that all the little Israelite baby boys had to be thrown in the Nile River. Well, I guess there wasn't a rule that said you couldn't make a basket first before you put him in the river. So that's what happened with Moses, and an Egyptian princess adopted him. So Moses was raised as an Egyptian prince. He had the best education that they could offer in those days, and he couldn't have been better trained to be a political leader and a military general. But then Moses messed up. He killed that Egyptian soldier, so he had to go into hiding for 40 years, tending sheep. Now, you might think that was an easy job. You just sit back in the field and get out your smartphone, check Facebook, maybe read a book on your phone. But that's not the way it was. There weren't fences for the sheep, and they tend to wander off, and sheep are followers, so they follow the one that's wandering off, and then they're dumb. They don't come back where they're supposed to be by themselves. So it was a full-time job and exhausting, chasing sheep all day and shepherding them back. They weren't even smart enough to find their own grass or their own still waters. But then God had a new job for him to lead the Israelites out of Egypt. He knew how to shepherd sheep that were dumb, and he knew how the Egyptian mind worked from his first 40 years being raised as an Egyptian prince. He couldn't have been better equipped. And then he was 80 years old when he was called to that. I'm 77 today and still going strong. So I can relate to that. As a matter of fact, my whole life I can relate. When I was little, I had this shelf. Well, it's like a bookcase with dolls that I wasn't allowed to play with because they were the good dolls. And so I got around that rule by playing school. And I'd stand there and teach my dolls all day long everything I knew. And when I grew up, I became first a second grade teacher and then third grade teacher and fifth and sixth. The older I got, they kept moving me up seventh and eighth. Then I taught online for 3 years in Japan to high schoolers, teaching English. And then I quit that to teach adults child care using biblical principles. Child care workers had to be certified every year by taking training, and that's what I did for a few years. And the next step was to establish Theropon University over 20 years ago, equipping adults for ministry. Now, if you look back through your own history, you're going to see a similar pattern where God has taken you step by step toward the plans that He has for you. And He's equipping you. Most of you probably have a pretty good idea what God's got in mind for you to do. Some of you may still be searching and studying while you're searching. But I want you to kind of pray like me. Every day I think about Isaiah 6, verse 8. And it says, "Here, my Lord, send me." And, I've been doing this quite a few years, but I'm open. If He's got a new direction, I want to know about it. So I want Him to let me know if He's got a new job, and I want Him to know I'm willing, I'm here for you, Lord. I'm going to do, whether it's a job for that day, a job for a few months, another new direction He wants to take me. Think about praying that prayer every day, Isaiah 6:8, and show the Lord how willing you are to do whatever it is He's got that He created you uniquely to do. And again, congratulations and well done.